Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Casper Network, aka Casper the Friendly Ghost. And with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So you probably remember this post that I did include in a previous Casper video where I was actually talking about the biggest problem happening with meme coins and how everyone's looking at Casper, XRP, HBAR, all of the utility projects, and they're like, well, they haven't moved at all, so that means that they're garbage. And I'm bringing it back up because not much has changed since this post. In fact, we've still been just ranging sideways. This was the chart that I actually posted in that video, and it was about 644 plus days of us just ranging sideways. Even today, Casper is basically at the same exact price, right? I mean, at this time, Casper was trading at about roughly almost 4 cents. So it's actually even lower than where we are at right now. Sorry, it was higher than where we are at right now. And it's crazy because people will still look at this and say, oh, well, Casper's trash because it hasn't woke up. But what's funny about this is, most of the market in terms of altcoins, like 99% of the altcoin market is still 50% to almost 80 or 90% lower than its previous all-time high, right? Like, for example, let's go to ADA, right? So currently speaking, when we look at ADA, it's sitting at about roughly 57 cents, almost 58 cents. The all-time high back here was almost $3. ADA is still significantly lower than its 2021 all-time high. It's actually even lower than its 2018 all-time high. So as we look at Casper, is Casper really not doing much right now? I mean, it's still just ranging sideways. Realistically speaking, Casper hasn't done much, but when compared to majority of the altcoin market, most of the altcoin market hasn't done much. All that's really been moving is still illiquid garbage. But the reason why I'm bringing this back up is because I'm still seeing a lot of negativity. I'm still seeing a lot of people calling, a lot of these projects scams simply because the price action isn't there. Guys, focus on the big picture. But the funny thing about Casper that I'm really noticing right now is the lack of recognition in terms of an AI project. A lot of people still don't realize that there's a lot of AI behind Casper. Initiatives are rising faster and faster around AI, right? Because now a lot of projects are realizing that there is a big narrative behind AI. But Casper hasn't been doing that. Casper has been working with IBM for a very long time with Brave AI. And that's one of the biggest narratives around this space. Even as we go over here to, the AI space, we're talking about almost $39 billion in market cap. Guys, Casper doesn't even have $500 million tied to it in market cap. And I'm still talking about fully diluted here as well. It doesn't even have $500 million, while the AI space is worth almost $39 billion. Think about how crazy that is. And we just recently got a full breakdown, actually, from the CEO talking about AI and talking about how they're really happy that one of the first products Casper is going to create in a software as a service. That's a big deal, right? Software as a service, because, this is what everyone has always talked about when it comes to how big crypto could be, is technology, right? Remember that software as a service is one of the biggest things that, really kind of showed up from the .com bubble, right? Most of the big winners was software companies. Software is technology. When you're investing into a lot of these projects in the space, you are investing into the underlying tech stack, the technology. This is their first actual product, and it is an AI governance product that they're co-building with IBM. One of the biggest companies out there around tech that pretty much everyone knows about. Think about how insane that is. This is a project, right, where the underlying utility token on the actual network is worth $500 million, and they are working with one of the largest tech companies out there that is a blue chip that everyone knows about. Listen closely to this video. It is about 6 minutes long. I'm not going to speed it up. If you guys do want to speed up the video, you guys are more than welcome to. Listen closely to what is being talked about here and discussed, and then I will continue to focus on a few of these connections in the rest of the video.
Hi, I'm Renal Manohar from Casper Labs. I'm happy to give you an update from Paris, France. I'm at the RAISE event, which is primarily focused around artificial intelligence. Really excited to be here. Just wanted to give you a little update about the event. Myself and Shyam Nagarajan, who's the global head for IBM Consulting on AI governance, just spoke at a panel on unleashing AI governance, and reception was really, really good. In recent polling that IBM has done, 87% of companies want to ensure that they have more trust in their underlying AI systems. And that's where the Casper blockchain as a trust layer is an extremely strong augmentation to these kinds of capabilities. As a result, the vision for Casper Labs and the Casper network was always to find really, really interesting enterprise use cases. And we're really happy that, one of the first products that we're going to create in a SaaS manner is going to be an AI governance product that we're co-building with IBM. Based on conversations that we're having here in Paris, we're really, really excited about the reception, and everyone recognizes a need for this underlying technology. The NVIDIA GTC event, which was, if my memory serves, around March 18th, a couple of weeks ago, was incredibly edifying for us. We actually spent most of the time on the floor talking. I think each of us talked to 20 or 30 companies individually, really testing our thesis and messaging. And what became very, very clear is the tamper-proofing nature of our underlying technology, and the fact that it fits neatly within an enterprise tech stack are really the most evocative parts of what we're building. And it really, really helps that we're partnering with IBM to ensure that the product we build really meets the technical muster that enterprises crave and require. One really big insight that we got is the AI market right now is quite chaotic. Terms are used interchangeably, solutions are given, varying descriptions in terms of accuracy, etc. And I think having a clean, refined, clear value proposition in the market is going to highly differentiate us. So really, really looking forward to putting those insights together and ensuring that our product is the best it can be. Development is ongoing. As the community saw, we first showed the proof of concept of what we developed in November of 2023 on our Gartner webinar. You can still go to our website and view the webinar. So that was way back in November when we demoed that. Coding on that actually had started August of last year. So everything continues. Our business requirements doc is locked down. Our non-functional requirements is locked down. So we're in active development of the underlying SaaS product. Go-to-market, obviously continuously modifies as we get feedback from the market. But in essence, the three things that we said we'd do, which is end-to-end data integrity, the ability for multi-party governance, as well as version control, all three of those are still what we're building. So the good news is all the feedback said that we're essentially correct in where we're going. How we message that and how that's prioritized, we got a lot of insight into that. In terms of go-to-market, we do have, multiple signups for our beta program, and we have a few customers that we plan to debut with this solution. There'll be a much more... Look, I can't get into much more detail than that. I can give a specific number. We had about 24 companies sign up for our beta program off of the Gartner webinar. Actually, about 100 signed up. We qualified about 75 out because, they were either a Gmail address or, not a real corporate or something like that. So, yeah, for the next 2 or 3 months, really, we're heads down, focusing on ensuring that we're producing the product that's of high quality. We're getting as much input from potential customers as possible. And of course, collaborating with IBM both on development and go-to-market strategy. That's really going to be my focus for the next 2 months. This and Think, which is IBM's conference in Boston, 3rd week of May, are really the only events I have on the horizon in the short to medium term. All the rest of the time, I'm going to be in New York, just heads down, focusing on getting the product out. So effectively, there's no change at all in how Casper or CSPR is consumed, right? We're just giving the choice, do you want to pay it in fiat or do you want to acquire the CSPR yourself? CSPR will still be used to pay for the gas, even in a, refund it all model, which increases demand for it. It's, think about it as an AWS credit. But actually giving people the opportunity to pay for it in fiat upfront actually really, really expands the potential usage of the underlying public network. I think people have this misconception that because we're selling it as a SaaS product, that means it doesn't affect the public network. That's absolutely untrue. CSPR is still used for gas. It's still used to drive the network. It's just, how do we charge the company? Do we ask them to take CSPR or pay us a SaaS fee? And, SaaS fees are something enterprises are imminently used to. We actually view this as an innovation that could really help drive more transactions to the network. Also why, the Condor release is really, really important, because it gives us that ability to ensure that we can charge in a SaaS-based manner.
So to really kind of sum up that video real quick, everyone is still under the impression that, because it is software as a service, because they're giving the option of, paying in fiat or paying in Casper, that, that immediately means that's not going to impact CSPR or the network at all. It's kind of similar to what Quant Network has been doing with Overledger, right? Where they're giving you the option of utilizing QNT or fiat currency. Either way, it's still going to impact the network. It's still going to utilize QNT at that point, or in this case, CSPR, as a gas fee. And it's still going to drive transactional demand on the network, which also benefits CSPR and the entire network itself in terms of demand and value flowing over it. What I really love about this is the emphasis on enterprise. This is all enterprise grade customers and clients. Just like they said, right from the Gartner, it was the meeting around, AI, even with like NVIDIA, for an example. The big focus point from that I love to hear about is it's all enterprises. These are major companies that want to streamline and automate their workflows. These names could be Accenture. They could be Google Cloud. They could be, pretty much any company out there. Google, Amazon, you name it. Eventually, some of these names are huge names that are probably not going to be on the list today, tomorrow, next week, next year. But over time, I've always said it, every single company will be automating their workflows digitally through DLT and blockchain-based technologies. It makes 100%. This is also why when you look at what Hedera is doing actually with ServiceNow, which accommodates for 80% of the Fortune 500, their full focus is digital workflows, automating digital workflows. Now, Casper is at the forefront of this with AI because AI governance is a big deal. This is how they get to automation, and this is how they adopt AI at scale as well to accommodate for AI automation workflows. And if we go over here, right, they recently just hired a VP of product for AI. This is an AI expert. And it's fully focused on tamper-proofing data to accelerate AI adoption. Again, AI over the course of the next couple of years is only going to continue to grow and grow and grow. This is going to be a market that balloons to an astronomical amount of money behind it and also adoption behind it. But you don't get that without blockchain. This is why I love what Casper is doing, because this is like the largest Darkhorse AI project in this space that almost everyone is just completely avoiding at a time where I think it's one of the biggest mistakes. When we go over to what IBM has been doing, because remember, this is software as a service with IBM. When we look at what IBM has been doing, they recently just announced on April 9th, IBM's marketing chief explains how the company is harnessing AI to boost productivity. They aim to be a client zero of AI products it sells to clients. He said AI has augmented the work IBM staffers do and even made its ads more effective. And then the story is part of What's Next, a series about business leader strategies for workplace productivity. Again, it's all digital automated workflows. Regardless of what people think about this, like they could say, oh, this is a bad thing. This is going to replace a whole bunch of workers. Guys, this is what companies want. They're going to try to do this. They're going to continue to push this. But outside of this, we also had IBM deploying Adobe Firefly generative AI tool for marketing design teams. Again, we continue to see IBM pushing AI technology. All of this is going to require governance behind it. This is why IBM working with Casper is such a big deal. Here we have IBM to help Canadian enterprises leverage generative AI and address their data sovereignty requirements. New IBM Cloud multi-zone region in Montreal to open. Also, IBM and the government of Spain collaborate to advance national AI strategy and build the world's leading Spanish language AI models. Followed by Cisco, IBM, Accenture, and others join forces to address AI's impact on the workforce. Guys, this was April 4th of 2024. This is right after this major meeting with this Raise Summit. So if we actually think about what's happening here, like IBM is working with all of these major enterprise corporations and names. When you look at the names behind this consortium, it's Cisco, it's IBM, it's Accenture, it's Microsoft, it's Google, Indeed, Intel, Eightfold, SAP. Guys, these are massive names. This is all with IBM. And then also, last but not least, we also have Casper at IBM or at Paris Blockchain Week, really kind of talking about their AI endeavors. And I can tell you guys right now, I'm sure that the IBM Brave AI endeavor came up in conversation multiple times during this meeting, or I should say during this summit. And this is a big deal, right? Like as we really continue to look at these major events, these events are crucial to really kind of put a spotlight on what Casper is doing, what Casper is building, and what they are becoming at this point in time. As AI continues to really kind of take over this space, I really think that people are making a massive mistake ignoring Casper at this time where it's just going sideways. It really is a dark horse around AI. It's one of the largest projects around AI. I get it, right? Everyone wants to see these gains. They want to see 2,000+% gains hitting their wallets. But guess what? A lot of these gains are really kind of inflated gains on illiquid trash, where if you buy $50, $500, or even $5,000 worth of these projects, guess what? You could massively surge the project up 3,000, 5,000, 10,000%. But guess what? There's no liquidity behind these projects. That's why I look at these legitimate projects and everyone's talking down on them. And I'm like, in a few months from now, everyone is going to say, wow, I wish I was focused on these projects when I was more so focused on meme coins. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.